bottom center for you?
Once you go screen share, it's all at the top.
Oh, okay.
That's why I always lose it.
There we go.
Well, hello everyone. Thanks for hopping on a Sunday. I know this kind of was a little last minute and not our regularly scheduled time for a team call, but after coming home from leadership, McKenna and I were just like buzzing. We were just like buzzing. I don't know how else to put it, but we were so excited. This is our fourth year attending live, 1 year of COVID, we couldn't go, but fifth time going to leadership, and we both left there being like, this is different, like so excited. Even after last year when they announced the name change and the health esteem, transition, we were excited then, but it's just different this time. And it partially because Brendan Burchard really lit us up while we were there. But he had this amazing training that we kept like elbowing each other and whispering to each other like the whole time he was giving this training. That's kind of what this team calls about. It's about what we're calling our November initiative. So I'm going to first start off with some of the comp plan changes, and then we're going to talk, and I'm going to go very brief about those because they can seem a little complicated, but I just want to give you kind of the umbrella changes. And there'll be more training as the months go on, especially next month, because things kind of start to unroll in December, and then of course officially in January. So I'll touch on those really quick. So ones that I didn't list on here that I'll talk about first is the two biggest changes that kind of like everybody went, why are they doing this? Is that our new commission and our discount is going from 25% to 20%. They basically, all of these comp plan changes, they took a long time and talked to the coach advisory board about. They're basically reallocating money from certain areas and where the comp plan had holes in it to being able to give it in other areas and new forms of a whole different stream of income, basically earning in the comp plan. So if you remember before, we had obviously commission, so that's still there, it's just lower by 5%. But then there was also team cycle bonuses, but you didn't get those unless you were an Emerald coach. And then there was star diamond bonuses, and you didn't get those until you were a 2-star diamond or above. Those are the basics of how we get paid as coaches, right? So now what they're doing is they're opening up this first one I have listed here called the personally sponsored team volume. And I think they shortened the name. I don't have my notes with me, but like, I think they're calling it team bonus, team volume bonus or something short. They had a better name for it. They shortened it, but this is how this bonus will work. So each month, the people you bring in, let's talk about December, all the personally sponsored partners and preferred customers that you bring in will count towards this volume for the next month. So let's talk about earning January's bonus for this group volume bonus. So anyone you bring in December and they start to earn volume in January as they order their own products, as they sell products, as they get any kind of volume accruing in that month, you are going to earn a percentage off of that volume of all of your personally sponsored people. Now, this runs deep though, because those people are also hopefully enrolling people and building up their volume. So you're getting percentage off of your own personally sponsored team. And then someone just came in, Steph's coming. And then as they enroll, that volume and that percentage that you earn also increases. There's a graphic I really wanted to be able to put in here, but I couldn't grab it off the website. But your volume and how much percentage you're making off that can go all the way up to, I believe, I don't want to misspeak, but it's around, like, I want to say it's like 18% or something. They're in increments. So kind of a tiered earning system. So what's cool about this is they wanted a way for new partners to come in and start earning money right away. Not just commission, not having to get to Emerald, but earning volume based on the people they're bringing in and the volume that they're accruing. So this is really cool. And like I said, they were allocating the money and maybe taking commission down and, moving things around so that new people could come on and make real money. And this is so great, you guys, because that's probably one of the main reasons people quit that want to come in for an income, because they think, well, geez, I put all this work in this month and I brought on some people and I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor. I'm like, maybe I sold a few total solution packs, but that's great commission, but you're not seeing that residual income grow. So basically this is to help new people come in, earn right away, and earn good too, not just that commission that they were getting in the past. And the next one is the quarterly, and again, though, there's gonna be more in-depth training on this, and Michael Neiman, who makes all the comp plan videos, has a video, and we'll get into that. But then there's the quarterly diamond bonus. Before, only 2-star and above earned the bonus based on the total sales in the company in that bonus period. Basically, we earned a percentage off of the sales and how the company does each quarter. They are estimating this bonus to be between $250 to $300 for 1-star diamond and below, or diamond coaches. And they must hold their rank for 6 consecutive weeks in the bonus period. So that's the whole quarter. They also have to have at least 10 Success Club points in the whole quarter. That's not just in 1 month, that's in the quarter. And then have met their 50 EV requirement to be active. But that's really cool, you guys. So now diamond coaches can start earning these bonuses too. And if you earn those bonuses all year, you're getting, $300 a quarter. That's an awesome little stipend for you for holding rank. And likely if you're holding your rank, you're bringing in more of the personally sponsored team volume bonus that there's going to be, and you're just earning more in general too. And then I'm not going to go into the one-time productivity bonus. That is a kind of an in-depth new bonus they're doing, but it's a bonus that's going to be based on your volume that you accrued in any quarter in 2023. If you outdo what you did in that quarter in 2024, they're going to keep track of that and keep a percentage. And at the end of the year, you're going to get a bonus. So say in quarter 1, you outdid your volume by 500 in that whole quarter. They're going to give you a percentage off of that and give it to you at the end of the year, but they'll accrue all those bonuses and give you one lump sum at the end of the year, which is pretty cool. So fun changes, great ways to earn more, great ways to incentivize our newer partners and our diamonds to hold their diamond rank. So it's not like you just get to diamond, you're like, cool, you got to diamond. Now what? So that's kind of the gist of it. Again, we'll have way more in-depth specific training, but I just kind of wanted to cover the basics. So I'm gonna let McKenna roll into the November initiative.
Yeah, and I just wanted to touch on what you said too, Kinsey, because I think one of the first things when they kind of announce all these changes, I'm like not a numbers person. So I felt like super overwhelmed in all these changes. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to explain this to my coaches? And how am I going to, but I feel like we overcomplicate it. When coaches sign on, they don't need to know everything right off the bat. Like pretty much it's just more ways for them to get paid and to get paid sooner, but we don't have to overcomplicate it. We don't have to know the whole compensation plan if that's not your jam. The moral of it is it's good news because even though they changed some things and took some things away, there's more ways to earn, which I think is something we've all kind of been wanting and pushing for. So just want to throw it out there. If you feel like a little overwhelmed like I did, you're not alone. Okay, so we are doing something we're really excited. And the thought behind this Now or Never November push that we're doing as a team is we want to start pushing on the gas now so that as we roll into the new year and as these changes happen, we already have the momentum. We already have new coaches on our team to start with that volume and start growing now. I feel like this time of year, a lot of times, especially with changes, people are like, we'll kind of coast. And so we really wanted to kind of do this as a team. This is something that it used to be called the Coach Advisory Board, rolled out. Now it's the Partner Advisory Board. But what I loved about leadership is there was this like commonality of like panels and like everyone, I felt like everyone really was working together. And I love that this is something that like as a company, we're kind of shifting towards because we've overcomplicated things. We've made things sound more difficult. And we've made it like one shoe fits all and it doesn't. So that's kind of what this is about. So we're kicking this off November. For the month of November, we're going to share this graphic and then there'll be some homework in it. There'll be some resources, but we wanted to just kind of give a resource and have a game plan for our team, for duplication, for simplicity, for community. And so this is what we're kind of rolling out. And so I'm just going to dive into it. Kinsey, if I forget something, feel free to step into. But okay, first and foremost, I love that this is step number 1 because this is something that I've shared about a lot and I feel like we forget. Pick your own plan. What is your workout that fires you up? What makes you excited? What is getting your results? What's your like, what is your like sister program that you're like, I keep coming back to it? Whether it is a new super block that's coming out, or it's a new program, or it's an old one. We don't have to launch and share every single program that comes out. We need to find what is best for us and what is solving the problems that we have and that we're struggling with. When it comes to meal plans, like nutrition plan and workout and supplements, like what is best for you? And that's what we want to share and be passionate about. So, she did an example of if you don't have enough time. Okay. So if you don't have enough time, you can talk about a 20-minute program and share, I don't have time, but I can commit for 20 minutes and do Transform 20 and share that, because it's going to resonate with your market, your people, like it is you. If you're a beginner, for beginners only, let's talk about that. Or an easy program, a dance program, talk about how, I'm new to working out. I don't really love working out, but I know I need to. So I'm doing this fun program because I'm excited about it. If you're pregnant, we've got all sorts of programs that are pregnancy approved, no impact. Like there's so many programs. So share about what you're doing. And I always remind my people, like, I'm doing this program because it's best for me. Let's talk and see if this is what program's best for you. But you need to be proof of the products first. So what is firing you up? What is working for you? And share that. Are you going to be following Chewy Mindset? Are you going to be following the containers? So step one in this business is all about you. What are you doing? What fires you up? Go ahead, Kinsey. I see you want to meet me.
I was just going to say, basically, I just want to backpedal for a second. This November initiative is we're asking you guys to go all in with all of these steps that we're going to give you. And I also want you to remember all of these steps, as simple and basic as they may seem. This is also how we're going to get our new partners started, because that's the whole point of this now or never November. We're either going to step up, we're going to do these things and get ourselves set up for success for the new year, or we're just simply not. So we're drawing a line in the sand and we're asking who wants to jump on the other side of that line and join us and do this with us in November and gain that momentum. So that's the whole point of this initiative, is to give you guys very simple tactical things that if you do them, you will absolutely be unlocking those new bonuses in the new year. So I just wanted to drive that home.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we want to link arms with who's going to do this with us. And these steps, like this isn't just a November thing. Like this is a great simplistic business model that you can continue forward and onward. Okay, so step number 2, who are you going to help? Who is your market? A lot of times your market, you're talking to who you were before you started these workouts, or what are your struggle points? What do you personally struggle with? What's going on in your life, and that's who you're going to market towards as well. So really getting more specific, not talking to everyone, but talking to like your people. And if you're struggling, like who that is, reach out to one of us. We can help you work through that. And then make a list of what problems you had in that season, whether it's now or then. So talk about, what you felt, what you struggled with, like all the emotions and things that you're kind of working through. Those are great talking points and sharing points that make you connect. So like for me, I wasn't overeating, I was under eating when I started. I wasn't eating all day because I was busy at work. And so talking about maybe how I learned to add shakes or add quick, easy meal prep into my routine, how that made a difference. So sitting down and kind of brain dumping who your market is, who you're talking to, and in that season, what were your pain points and how you can work through them. And then number 3, choose what to offer people. Okay, so not just programs, products, because obviously we have that and that's part of the step, but also it doesn't just have to be a bod group. There are so many ways to help people, and this is where it's customization in your business. If you only have 3 challengers and you don't want to run a group, why don't you start a one-on-one or a group message thread with those 4 people and check in there? Maybe it's one-on-one text messages, accountability one-on-one. Maybe you're offering Zoom workouts or messenger pods as a group. It's not just your bod groups. Like, yeah, bod groups are fun, but sometimes the smaller intimate groups is where the magic happens. Maybe you have a handful of your customers that all want to do 21-day fix. So maybe you pod them up and you're like, we're doing this together. Let's have a 21-day fix community pod where we go through it for the next 21 days. And then what are some extras? Someone mentioned, I love this. So she had two different message thread. One was locker room, and it was where they talked about their workouts and the programs. And then the other one was the kitchen pod, and it was where they talked about nutrition. So it was all their customers, but she created two message pods. So if you want to talk about meal plans, recipe share, nutrition struggles, we talk about that in the kitchen. Maybe you want to talk about workout and checking in, sharing that in the locker room. So I liked that creativeness too. And I love that people are kind of finding what fits and what works. And for me, my groups are through Facebook. And sometimes people go in a season of going off of Facebook. So how can we figure out what works best for us and what gets us fired up to show up in our group and what gets our customers fired up to show up?
All right, so you made the action plan, you picked your soulmate workout, you know who you're targeting, you know how you're going to serve them. Now you have to show people what you're doing, right? We have to, in some way or another, and I know majority of what we do is on social media, but you have to start showing your routine. So I recently have started talking, like McKenna was saying, we have to pick who we're talking to and what problem we're solving. We heard that so much at leadership. Problem, solution. Brendan, like, beat that into us. You have to identify someone's problem and you have to give them a solution. The solution is not always the total solution pack. The solution is the solution to whatever problem that they're presenting to you, that you've talked to them about, that you've gotten out of them. You're like, okay, sleep is your problem. We're going to get you started on last thing. Forget workouts. We're not there yet. I'm just going to get you a better sleep. So you have to start showing your routine and what you do. So for me, I've been trying to make a conscious effort to talk about sleep more because I do use last thing and I love it. And I have a big nursing community of people who work weird hours that have trouble sleeping. So you have to show what you're doing. If, like McKenna said, you're someone who struggles with time and you're doing job one, you talk about how these workouts are 20 minutes. They're butt kicking. You're in, you're out, you're done. No excuse when you don't have enough time. So this can come in any form. Again, we're going to pick our soulmate workout program. We're also going to pick our soulmate way of sharing with people. If you don't like reels, don't make them. If you don't like to go live, which is me, don't do it. If you don't like stories, don't do it. But find what feels most authentic and genuine for you to share it nonstop. And you have to just keep sharing it nonstop. So step 5 is now inviting, because we identified the people that we're helping. We've started to share about, or we want to help our ideal client. We've talked about it. And now we're going to invite those people that we've made the list of in step 3. So you're going to make a list and you're going to put it in, get a list of who you want to help. And then you're going to start inviting those people. And again, maybe you haven't identified a problem with them yet, but you need to start a conversation. Brendan talked about, actually, I won't get into that yet, but he also talked about just engaging with people who are communicating back with you. How often do we get someone that just comments that they like our sweater or our boots? Like, don't let that conversation die there. He's so good at, like, someone says, oh, I love your shoes. Instead of just saying thank you, you can say, thank you. I got them at blah, blah, blah. Have you been there recently? Their stuff is on fire. And people just start talking, guys. And maybe someone will come back with, I wish I could shop more, but it's just not in the budget. Start talking to that problem for that person. Like maybe them joining Body and becoming a partner or earning income is something. I mean, this is a very vague, like conversation that might happen, but you have to start just taking those conversations and running with them and find and dig to what that problem is for that person, because everybody's got a problem. We all got problems. They're just all different, and we have to find a customized solution for their problem. And step 6 is follow up. Brendan talked about this and I loved it. I think he said like 80% of the sales that don't have a deadline or haven't been followed up on are left on the table. And I talked about this on the live on the team page this week, and giving a deadline and how important that is. And it doesn't even have to be a real deadline. It can just say, hey, can you sign up by Sunday night? Because I don't want you to miss out on blank Monday, the meal plan I'm going to post. Or using our promo code that we have, which is the $20 off the total solution pack. You can say, hey, if you sign up by Saturday night at midnight, I'll give you my $20 promo code. Sound good? So make sure you're giving a deadline to anyone you're following up with. And then also look back on old conversations with people and find a solution to a problem that maybe you talked about with them that you didn't think was something we had to offer. Because I go back to old conversations and I have so many cost objections, right? Like that's probably one of the most common objection we get is cost. Well, now we have $35 a month body. Get them started with that, or get them started like with one product that they can try. If nutrition, maybe is their struggle. So try and identify those, maybe those old objections or problems that people had, and look now in our huge catalog and see what we can do to help solve a problem. Be like, hey, I know we talked a long time ago about not being able to afford signing up. I totally get that. There's this awesome, we have another great offer right now, which is body for just $35 a month. So it totally made me think of you in our conversation we had. So start digging back in those follow-ups and create deadlines for your signups and your people that are going to join you. And step 7, I put this one last because this is the least important. While it's important to expand your market, you likely have your next working partner in your friends list or in your followers on Instagram already. So while it is important to always be expanding your market through either like Facebook groups or adding value or using hashtags, finding people to interact with and new people that maybe you would just get along with in real life, it's even more important to serve the people that are already at your table. And if you haven't added everyone to your bod groups yet, there's still work to be done. So expanding your market, you can also do this in person if you're more of a social butterfly. I think a lot of us prefer to be behind the keys or behind the phone, but if this is your jam, go start talking to more people and invite people from work or church. But expanding your market, while it's important, an important part of this, I wanted to put it last for that reason. All right, so that is the initiative for November, our Now or Never November. So we have some homework for you guys, for those who want to really go all in with us, because McKenna and I are doing these exact same things all month long. We're also going to provide you resources all month long. We're going to provide you scripts, how to invite, what to say, Canva graphics. But again, you're going to customize those to however you're serving your clients. So we're going to put up a graphic of that November, of our little not incentives, the steps, I guess you would call them, for our initiative. So we want to know in the comments of that graphic, we want to know what program you're going to be doing in November and what problem is it solving for you. What nutrition plan you're going to follow, what platform and how you'll share what you're doing. What's your offer going to be? Are you doing a bod group, Facebook group, one-on-one accountability? And then I want you to list 5 people who have never joined you in body that you're going to invite by tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to put that graphic up today, and then we'll have you guys start diving in. So any questions on our November initiative?
I want to add something too.
Yeah,
Kinsey.
go for it.
I was just, when she was talking about last thing, it just reminded me, I feel like, especially for coaches who have been around for a while, we were so ingrained that like, you've got to sell a challenge pack to get Success Club because that's how we get points. And I love that Body has added the volume on products. And they've added that in because now we can really meet people where they're at. Like if someone wants collagen, great, that's worth celebrating. We're getting a commission, we're getting the volume, we're helping them where they're at. If they want to get a sample pack or a body day pass or whatever they want, we don't have to sell them a one size fits all. We have a ton of amazing products. And so let's remember that. Let's meet them where they're at, even if it's one small thing. So that just reminded me, like, when it comes to kind of like what they're struggling with. And Kinsey mentioned, like, let's get you on last thing and like, let's get you some more sleep. And then we add in supplements. It doesn't have to be like take this whole bundle, but like really meeting people where they're at and what they need. Because some people have workouts that work, or some people have shakes that they love, but we have other things to offer them that could help be that little missing puzzle piece for them. So we get to celebrate any and all product sales because we do get a commission and they do help with volume and they still grow our business.
Amen. So like I said, we were so excited coming home from leadership and really just wanted to get this to you guys as fast as we could. Because I really do think if we do these things and we follow this initiative for November, we're gonna really set ourselves up for success for the new year and the new comp plan changes. So thank you guys for coming.
Yes. This is the new action plan for our business moving forward in general. Oh, Karen's like, get a picture.
Oh, thank
So-
you. Yeah, McKenna.
That's me.
Yeah, do it.
My laptop kind of sucks, but okay. Ready?
Woo.
Nailed it.
Woo.
All right,
Oh.
guys, thank you so much for hopping on. We're so excited. Keep an eye on the team page and we'll get that posted. And then all those resources we talked about, Kinsey mentioned, we'll just add those to that thread. So it's easy to find and easy to track.
We'll see ya on the next team call. I think November 6th is the Monday.
Thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.